Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Asian Psycho, and today I'm going to bring you guys another assault rifle review for the closed beta of the game called Soldier Front 2. And this time we're going to be taking a look at the Scar H. Now, I believe that the Scar H does have a rank requirement. I'm going to be checking that right now, and it seems like it is unlocked at rank 11, Corporal rank 11. So just keep that in mind when you are browsing through. Excuse me, when you're browsing through the shop in Soldier Front 2, the fact that this Scar H does require you to be Corporal rank 11 in order to purchase. So the Scar H, let us get into the statistics of this weapon. The damage is a 67, has 31 recoil, 67 fire rate, and 79 accuracy. Now, the ammunition count is where it kind of takes a drawback for the Scar H. It only has 25 rounds per magazine and 75 rounds in reserve. And if you put add mag to this, then the reserve ammunition goes up from 75 up to 100. Now, obviously the biggest difference, or what makes the Scar H really unique, is the fact that it has a limited ammo capacity. The previous assault rifles that we have seen thus far, the AK-103 and the M4A1 namely, both had standard 30-round magazines. However, the Scar H does only have a 25-round magazine. You might be thinking, well, it's better than having like a 20-round magazine like the Scar H did in Modern Warfare 2 of Call of Duty. But still, that 5-bullet difference can make the difference between you just wounding someone or killing someone, because trading kills in this game is so prevalent that 5 extra bullets is all the more important. So that's what you need to keep in mind with the Scar H. The Scar H is meant to be an accuracy rifle, because you can clearly see, if you look at the stats, the Scar H is a very powerful rifle, true, but its main strength is in its accuracy. It has a 79 accuracy rating, and that's 3 points higher than the M4A1's accuracy, and the M4A1 is already a really accurate gun to begin with. So the Scar H is definitely a very heavily it's a very accurate rifle, very emphasizing. I can't speak English today. It heavily emphasizes you to keep your accuracy, just put all your bullets on point into your enemy, because otherwise you'll be punished for it with the fact that you'll run out of bullets faster. And seeing that it has 67 rate of fire. I mean, if we were to compare that to, say, the M4A1, which has a 73 rate of fire, and the AK-103, which only has a 61 rate of fire, that's basically somewhere in the middle. And the Scar H still runs out of bullets relatively quickly. It's no slow rate of fire like the AK-103's is. And given the fact that the Scar H only has a 25-round magazine, it basically runs out of bullets at the same rate as the M4A1 does, if you think about it. So the fact that these aspects of the Scar H really clump up together to make the Scar H a very hard-hitting, a very quick, accurate rifle. You need to use it like that, and you need to use it as such in order to use this gun effectively. Now, that being said, though, this is where the stats kind of confuse me a little bit. The Scar H, according to its stats, needs to be, or it's supposed to be, a very low recoil weapon. Like the M4A1 you saw had like 56 recoil, whereas the AK-103 only had like 29 recoil, something absurd like that. The Scar H has 31 recoil, but when you ADS with it, it kicks up like a freaking mule. That's the one thing that I don't really understand about the Scar H. I mean, it is the Scar H, and in other modern first-person shooters, the Scar H is kind of known to be a very heavy recoil type gun. Like in Black Ops 2, it has quite a lot of recoil. And Modern Warfare 2, it had a little bit of recoil there as well, where that in that game where every other gun had basically no recoil. But in this game, it has a ton of recoil, and I can safely say that it could be the heaviest recoil gun or assault rifle in the entire game of Soldier Front 2. I haven't tried out the FAMAS yet, or FAMAS, however you want to call it, but so far, out of all the assault rifles that I have used, it has a lot of recoil, I'm not gonna lie. It kicks up really high, and you thought pulling down on the mouse, on your mouse while using the M41 is bad, wait till you check out the Scar H. You really need to mind your mouse movement with this thing when you're going full auto, because if you don't, it'll kick up right over them. Like first 4 or 5 bullets, it'll just go flying. That's the worst downside with the Scar H, the fact that it has, even though it only has it has a very low recoil stat, the ADS vertical kick is just mind-boggling. It's very difficult to handle, and for I don't want to call them noob players, but for new players, definitely it'll take them heavily off guard. Is like, you know, Scar H, oh, it's supposed to have a low recoil. When they ADS with it, oh my god, there's so much recoil. So that's the main thing that you need to watch out for with the Scar H. Other than that, the pros about it, the drawbacks about the only con about the Scar H is the fact that it does have a very high recoil. Other than that, though, all the other stats regarding the Scar H are pretty positive, actually. Has a really strong damage, has a pretty fast fire rate, and has insane accuracy. All those stats combined really make the Scar H into an assault rifle that's a force to be reckoned with, to be honest with you. And just because it has 5 less rounds than your standard magazine doesn't mean you should just it's just a Scar H. It doesn't have as much ammo as my gun does. No, you can't really say that about the Scar H. It's really powerful, and it has a really tight hipfire spread. I mean, you thought that the M41 has a really tight hipfire spread because it has a high accuracy. I mean, Scar H, man. Scar H has a pretty kick-ass hipfire spread, and given its hipfire spread, you can probably headshot people across maps with it. That's how accurate it can be, and I have done it before. But just be on the safe side, you should probably ADS with it. But with all these being said, the Scar H is, in a nutshell, a high power, high accuracy weapon. It is not meant to be used for spray and pray. You can't use it like a lead hose as the M41 is, because it's just not meant for that. 25 rounds, a limited ammunition capacity, and the fact that it can run out of bullets just as fast as the M41 can means that the Scar H, you need to be careful with it. It can be a double-edged sword, more so than the M41 can. So you need to be careful with it, but as long as you play to its strengths, just keep just keep back a little bit. Don't really like rush people all that often unless you know how to rush and you loved rushing. You should be fine. Scar H is definitely very best used at very long ranges, and very long range, or even middle range where you know that you can score a lot of shots in quick succession if you ADS at long range. Not so good at close range because, first of all, you might run out of bullets way too fast. Second of all, you don't have a lot of bullets to begin with. So there you go. So that'll wrap up the review on the Scar H assault rifle. So thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, we'll see you guys later.